Good evening and welcome to session 8 of the course Functional English. The course is mainly designed to enable all of you to communicate in English confidently. We started by looking at some of the functions that we do where we use the English language. To do that well, we have started with the basics of using the language. And today, after having done 7 sessions, I felt that it is very important to know what my viewers, my learners feel about the course and what are the probable areas that we have to do in the future. The course is designed, any course is really will sustain itself only when we give you what you want. To do that, we have a discussion today, and in the studios, I have with me representatives from the viewers, representatives from the learners, 3 of my students who are with me here in the studio, and we will have a kind of a discussion to see how we can actually improve in our communication skills. Now I have with me on my left, Puneet, and on my right, I have Chaitanya and Ashok. But then I've just announced their names. I give it to them to introduce themselves.
A burning desire lead to success. Good evening, one and all. I'm R. Puneet from PB Siddhartha College of Arts and Science. I'm pursuing my second year taxation, and my interests are playing cricket, etc. And I wanted to be an army officer.
Yeah, I now request Chaitanya to say something.
Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya. I am from PB Siddhartha College of Arts and Science. I am pursuing my graduation final year. I want to become a government employee like ma'am.
Okay.
I want
Hold your mic a little closer.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ashok from PB Siddhartha College of Arts and Science. I'm very happy to be here with you.
Okay. So Ashok, Chaitanya, and Puneet. Now we are here to take probably all the things that as students you feel about learning English.
Yes, ma'am.
Those are the things that we need to talk about.
Sure.
absolutely.
So you can ask me a question. You can talk to each other. To Puneet, it can come to me, or I can in turn ask you a few questions in the teacher to find out what exactly you need. So I think I think this go to you both of them.
Thank you, ma'am. As we see, many students while talking English or trying to talk in English, they fumble a little bit.
Okay.
మీన్స్ వాళ్ళకి నచ్చొస్తుంది. సో దానివల్ల వర్డ్ ప్రొనౌన్సియేషన్ తప్పు అయ్యి ఫ్రెండ్స్ నవ్వుతారు, లేకపోతే పబ్లిక్ తప్పుగా ఫీల్ అవుతారని చాలా బాధపడుతూ ఉంటారు. సో దే డోంట్ ఈవెన్ ట్రై టు స్పీక్ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్. సో డూ ఐ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ సొల్యూషన్ ఫర్ దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్?
Okay. Now you've given me an issue that some of them don't want to speak.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, డెఫినెట్లీ ఫియర్ అనేది ఎవరికైనా ఉంటుంది. ఆ ఫియర్ని ఛేదిస్తేనే ఏదైనా సాధించగలం. సో ముందుగా ఫియర్ని తగ్గించుకోవాలి.
Especially when we use the English language. Let's talk in terms of how are we using the English language? What are our views in the English? ఒకరితో ఒకరు మాట్లాడతాం కానీ పక్కన మనం మాట్లాడాలన్నప్పుడు లేదు. Are we talking of that kind of fear? Or are we talking about the fear to use English? Let's first define that. So what is the thing? Are we going to limit ourselves to talking in English and having a fear?
లైక్ పబ్లిక్ స్పీకింగ్ అనేది ఒక ఆర్ట్ మ్యామ్. సో కమ్యూనికేషన్ వచ్చేసి మనకి ఒక మీడియం లాగా. మన నాలెడ్జ్ ని షేర్ చేసుకోవాలంటే లైక్ వి నీడ్ సమ్ మీడియం టు రీచ్ ది పీపుల్. సో కమ్యూనికేషన్ అనేది చాలా వైటల్ రోల్ ప్లే చేస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. సో లైక్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఇంప్రూవ్ ఎలా చేసుకోవచ్చు, ఆ సోర్సెస్ మీద లెట్స్ డిస్కస్.
How should we improve our communication, especially talking in English? Okay, can we limit our discussion to that? So that, all the viewers who are watching us, they are actually here. They've logged on either in Zoom or in YouTube to learn English, how to communicate in English. And I'm not using speaking in English. I'm very specifically using the word communicating in English, which means that communication is all about understanding when somebody speaks, understanding when you read something, being able to write and being able to write. So what are the gender fears and why do they fear? Any idea? మీరు స్టూడెంట్స్ గా మీకు ఎందుకు అలా అనిపిస్తుంది?
మనం మాట్లాడినప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఏమనుకుంటారు, వీళ్ళు ఏమనుకుంటారు అని ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ అది మ్యామ్.
ఎవరైనా ఏమైనా అనుకుంటారు అన్నదా?
Yes, ma'am.
ఓకే,
ఇది మా
కరెక్ట్. ఫియర్ ఆఫ్ మేకింగ్ మిస్టేక్స్. ఆ ఫియర్ మనతో ఎప్పుడు ఉండిపోవాలా, దాన్ని తొలగించగలమా?
By taking some precautionary measures, we could overcome the mistake.
What are those precautionary measures?
Practice, ma'am. Yes.
How do you, suppose you are using something wrongly.
Okay.
దానివల్ల ఫియర్ ఉంది, అవుతుంది అని fear ఉంది. మరి ప్రాక్టీస్ ఎలా చేయాలి? Yeah, I think I want you to slowly answer. I don't want to immediately say.
As we see in any language, we need a good set of words, like formation of sentence.
Okay.
In formation of sentence, we need some vocabulary to say the like we should not, అంటే బాగా లెందీగా సెంటెన్స్ అనేది చెప్పకుండా ఒకే వర్డ్ లో మనం ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్న మీనింగ్ ని ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయగలిగినప్పుడే ఆ లాంగ్వేజ్ యొక్క బ్యూటీ అనేది బయటకు వస్తుంది. As I see, vocabulary is very crucial in the English speaking.
Vocabulary is crucial. Accept. మళ్ళీ అడుగుతున్నాను, I'm asking Ashok because he said that. Practice is a very important word. So, what do we practice? When do we తప్పులు చేస్తున్నాను, ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. ఈ తప్పులు చేయడానికి ప్రాక్టీస్ కి మధ్యలో ఏదో ఉంది, ఆ మిస్సింగ్ ఇక్కడ. Okay, the discussion, all my viewers on Zoom also, I'll open the box. I'll open the chat box. Good evening, everybody. Maybe a mistake. These two, what is the missing link? Missing link between. Oh, my voice is not audible. Is my voice audible now? Think in English and try to speak. Not audible, ma'am. I'm getting that it is not audible. on. We'll give a commercial break. Just check my voice and check my mic. Now, can you hear me? In the chat, you can say, breaking from the beginning of the session. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, all of you? Maybe continue? Okay. For a quick recap of what happened, I have with me 3 students from Siddhartha College, Puneet, Ashok, and Chaitanya. And we started off the discussion by, trying to understand how we can improve our English, how we can improve our communication in English. The crux word at the very beginning was how to deal with fear. We have not actually answered the question as how to deal with fear. During the course of discussion, Ashok introduced one phrase, practice. And Chaitanya said that we make a lot of mistakes. When we are making a lot of mistakes, can we overcome them through practice? Or is there something in between making a mistake and practicing? మీరు కూడా అర్థం చేసుకోండి. తప్పు చేయడానికి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడానికి మధ్యలో ఏమైనా ఉందా? I want you to think and respond. Yeah, the chat box is open. You can also, type your answers. You are also part of the discussion, all of you. Puneet, Ashok was the one who started it off, so Ashok is seriously thinking.
మనం ఏ రాయాలనుకున్నాం అది పేపర్
ఓకే, పేపర్ మీద పెట్టినంత మాత్రాన అది ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసే తప్పే కదా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నాం.
రెక్టిఫై చేసుకుంటాం కదా.
Yes. Now the word is there. Rectify. I have words like confidence and please check the network connectivity, ma'am. Interest is the main feature. There are a few answers, but there are also queries like check your network. Okay. Now Chaitanya has hit it. He says, rectify your mistake. That exactly is the thing. We are scared that people will laugh at us. And that is because we make mistakes. But then we can only improve when we practice. But what should we practice? We should first rectify the mistake. తప్పు ఏంటో తెలుసుకొని కరెక్ట్ అయింది తెలుసుకొని దాన్ని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే విల్ slowly come out of our fear. Is this logically correct? I'm asking you.
Yes, ma'am.
Logically, is it logic?
Yes, ma'am.
Make a mistake, don't bother, use it, know what is the correct thing, and then practice.
Yes, ma'am,
Okay,
definitely.
this is the first lesson we've learned as of now. In the first 10 minutes or so, we've learned that it's okay to make mistakes, but it is important to understand what is correct,
రెక్టిఫైయింగ్
and then
రెక్టిఫైయింగ్ అవర్ మిస్టేక్
rectify, and then
Continue.
practice
Practice.
the correct thing. Okay, now over to you again. You can start off and you can talk about how can we improve our English and what are the various areas that we need. Puneet or Chaitanya, anybody?
అంటే మ్యామ్ చాలా మందికి నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంటుంది బట్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఉండదు. సో దానివల్ల వాళ్ళకి ఆ నాలెడ్జ్ కూడా యూజ్ అవ్వదు. సో ఈ కాలంలో లాంగ్వేజ్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఎంత ముఖ్యమో లాంగ్వేజ్ కూడా అంతే ముఖ్యం.
Okay, importance of the language. Okay, agreed. మీరు చెప్పింది ఏది కూడా కాదు అనము, ఎందుకంటే అవన్నీ ఉన్న నిజాలే, మీకు తెలిసిన నిజాలే. నథింగ్, we're not talking anything new. So we have knowledge, but we do not have the language. So we need to supplement language. ఇది తెలిసింది. ఎలా చేయాలి, ఎలా చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది, మీకు స్టూడెంట్స్గా మీ ఒపీనియన్ ఏంటి?
స్టూడెంట్స్ లోనే గ్రూప్ డిస్కషన్ చేసుకోవాలి మ్యామ్.
Okay, group discussion among the students. Okay, why? What is the outcome of a group discussion?
Speaking skills increasing with time, ma'am.
You will increase speaking skills. Viewers, note this point: speaking skills improve with discussions. Agreed? Okay.
Newspaper reading, ma'am.
Reading newspapers.
And articles.
Okay. Reading newspapers and articles, accepted.
Maintaining a diary,
Maintaining
on a daily basis.
diary on a daily basis. Okay. How do we do that?
లైక్ ఆ రోజు జరిగిన ఇన్సిడెంట్స్ మొత్తాన్ని ఒక నైట్ కూర్చొని నీట్ గా ఇంగ్లీష్ లో సెంటెన్స్ ఫ్రేమ్ చేసుకొని.
మరి మీరు ఇంతలాగా నీట్ గా ఇంగ్లీష్ లో రాయాలి అంటున్నారు కదా, ఇప్పుడు కూడా కొంచెం ఇంగ్లీష్ తెలుగు వాడండి, పూర్తిగా తెలుగు కాకుండా ఇంగ్లీష్ మిక్స్ ఇంగ్లీష్ అండ్ తెలుగు ఈవెన్ ఇన్ ద డిస్కషన్.
ఫ్రెండ్స్ తో మాట్లాడేటప్పుడైనా సరే నాట్ ఓన్లీ తెలుగు, కొంచెం లిటిల్ బిట్ ఇంగ్లీష్.
Okay, now have you noticed one thing? In many of most of the everyday situations, మీరు ఏ సెంటెన్స్ తీసుకున్నా దాంట్లో కనీసం ఒక ఇంగ్లీష్ వర్డ్ ఉంటుంది. Have you observed that?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you say a few things for our viewers? Let them also enjoy.
Phone cheyi. Phone అనేది ఇంగ్లీష్ వర్డ్.
Phone cheyi. Phone is an English word.
చెయ్యి అనేది తెలుగు వర్డ్.
తెలుగు వర్డ్. అలాగా ఎన్ని వర్డ్స్ వాడతాం మనం?
So many words.
So many. Give a few examples. Tuck mani.
కార్లో వస్తే చాలా తొందరగా వచ్చేయచ్చు.
కార్లో వస్తే తొందరగా వచ్చేయచ్చు. ఎక్సలెంట్. అక్కడికి ఒక కార్ ఒక్కటే ఇంగ్లీష్ వర్డ్.
మూవీలో కూడా మనకి చాలా డైలాగ్స్ అనేవి ఓన్లీ తెలుగుతో ఉండట్లేదు. సో దే ఆర్ యాడింగ్ అప్ సమ్ ఇంగ్లీష్.
Okay, now movies is a very interesting thing for everybody, for the audience, for us here. Can you tell me any dialogue which has mix of Telugu and English, and why?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me one.
We are living in society. ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి భయం బాధ్యత ఉండాలి.
We are living in society. ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి
భయం బాధ్యత ఉండాలి. So సగం ఇంగ్లీష్ సగం తెలుగు.
Okay.
Both are mixing.
Okay. Another example? Any other example? I'll tell you a title. Touch chesi chudu. Touch is an English word, right?
Chesi chudu.
In just 3 words, there is one English word.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else? Any other example? Okay, leave it. Think about it. When you get it, we will talk about it. Now, what does this mean, viewers? When we are using, English words almost on a daily basis, in most of the communication that occurs, there is another one, school ki vellu. Exactly. School is an English word. Kalashalaki vellu ani evaru anatledu. Book ivvu.
Specs
pettuko. Pen tho rayi.
Shirt vesko.
Shirt vesko. See, even in two words, one word happens to be in English. Now, viewers, what you have to understand is movie ki veldama. Okay, good. I'm closing the chat box for the present, or you can keep it open. Even if you keep it open, it's okay. Now, here, try to understand. When part of our sentences are in English and the rest is in Telugu, most of the nouns are in English. Movie, book techuko, specs vesko. Specs is a noun. Vesko is the verb, action word. So learning the action words is important, and if you learn them, substituting it with substituting the Telugu word with the English word makes it very easy. For example, specs vesko. Vesko means wear. Wear your specs. Or put on. Put on your specs. Book techuko. Bring is the word for techuko. Bring your book. So even if you were translating, you will increase your vocabulary if you increase your action words. Because nouns, since they are names, it's very easy. But verbs, if you really want to speak or communicate very confidently, the verb is a very important word. The action word is very, very important. Okay, your next question.
As we see, our mother tongue slang or accent is more dominant on our English.
Okay.
Like మన మదర్ టంగ్ యాస్ అంటాం చూడండి, దాన్ని అది చాలా ఇంపాక్ట్ చూపిస్తుంది ఇంగ్లీష్ లో.
Puneet, try to use English now. I think
Sure,
you
sure.
can.
Yes.
Mm.
So how to get rid of that accent, or how to be like posh English, like one fashionable English.
Now, I think
In front of-
why don't you give me the answer for that too? It's not as if you don't know the answer. Try to,
If we know the
answer it.
answer, why would we
Oh, very good. No, you don't know. Okay, you don't know the answer, or do you know at least part of the answer?
Like I know some of the answer, but
Okay, what do you know?
like we could watch English movies with subtitles,
Okay, okay.
or see a Malayalam movie with English titles. That could be more useful.
Oh, you're reading then, you're not actually concentrating. It's a sound that matters, right? You're talking about accent. You're talking about pronunciation. You're talking about how to, get that stylish mode of talking in English, right? So how do you do it? Any
తెలుగు
suggestions?
మూవీని ఇంగ్లీష్ సబ్ టైటిల్స్ తో చూస్తే
చూస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? మనం అక్కడ చదువుతున్నాం, సబ్ టైటిల్స్ చదువుతాం కానీ
తెలుగు లాంగ్వేజ్ వింటున్నాం.
అవును, దానికి ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎలా వస్తుంది? ఇంగ్లీష్ ప్రొనౌన్సియేషన్ ఎలా
ఈ
ఇంప్రూవ్
తెలుగు
అవుతుంది?
వర్డ్కి ఈ వర్డ్ యూస్ చేశారని తెలుస్తుంది.
Okay, you come to know language, but his, Puneet's idea was, how do we improve our pronunciation?
Like watching National Geography, Discovery.
See, it's okay for the
Using-
beginner level. This is
Yes.
my advice to all the beginners. When I say watch an English movie, అసలు ఏది అర్థం కానప్పుడు ఎలాగ ఎందుకు చూడమంటారు ఇవిడ, అసలు ఎందుకు చూడాలి? ముందే విరక్తి వస్తుంది కదా. అలా వద్దు. ఇండియన్స్ మాట్లాడిన ఇంగ్లీష్ ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఏదో ఒక ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అంటూ ఉంటుంది కదా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, వాట్ ఆర్ యువర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్? స్పోర్ట్స్. Are you interested in sports? Singing? What are your interests?
Writing quotations, ma'am.
Writing quotations. What are
నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఇంగ్లీష్ మూవీస్ మ్యామ్, సమ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ స్టాండప్ కామెడీస్.
Okay, no. What are you? Tell me your interest. Then I'll tell you how to do that. You like reading books. Now, let's talk in terms of listening. What are you interested in reading books? Okay, even reading books. For you said sports and singing, right? Okay. Now, let's take Puneet's example of sports. Because he is interested in sports, listen to a lot of news items on sports commentary. Not a Westerner giving a commentary, an Indian giving a commentary. It's a possibility. In India, a lot of people speak in English. There are so many channels, in YouTube, short videos where they are using a lot of English.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మనకి ఏదైతే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉందో దాన్ని చూడడం వలన ఇంగ్లీష్ త్వరగా నేర్చుకోవచ్చు.
Yes. సబ్జెక్ట్ మీకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అయ్యి అది ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్పినప్పుడు వెస్టర్నరే చెప్పాలని లేదు. మంచిగా బాగా మాట్లాడగలిగిన ఇండియన్ యాక్సెంట్ తోటి. See, we need not have a foreign accent. For example, if I were to say, I am driving a car, అన్నేనని ఈ ఇండియన్ ఫేస్తో ఆ వెస్టర్న్ యాక్సెంట్ ఇండియాలో నేను వాడితే మీరు నేను ఇంకా చెప్పక ముందే నవ్వారు, రైట్? నాట్ నెసెసరీ. యాజ్ లాంగ్ as our accent is intelligent, is the other person is able to understand the accent with which we speak. For example, I came by a bus. I came by a bus. Anakunda unnanta varaku, it's okay. So let's watch a lot of little things that happen in India where people are using English, and whatever is our area of interest, let us listen. Then the area, because you're interested in that news item, or that language, or use or lecture, or a lecturate as we call it, a small piece or a conversation, that will interest you, and unconsciously we learn the language. So I have a question for you. ఇక్కడ unconscious learning అని అన్నాను కాబట్టి I have a question for all the three. How did you learn your mother tongue? తెలుగే కదా అందరిది. How did you learn it?
By observing our parents, society, and other means of communication.
Okay. By observing, you learned. What were the first, sounds that you learned in your mother tongue? How did you learn them?
అంటే మమ్మీ పిలుస్తూ ఉంటుంది, మమ్మీ అను డాడీ అను
అను అంటారు కదా.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్.
అను అన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు?
వాళ్ళు చెప్తున్నారు కదా మ్యామ్.
వాళ్ళు చెప్తున్నారు. See, that's what I want you to notice. వాళ్ళు చెప్తున్నారు, మీకు అను అంటున్నారు, అప్పుడు పిల్లలు అంటారు కదా. So what is your first input for language?
Listening.
Listening is your first input. Vinali. Then you listen to the language, and the next is anu. What are you doing?
Speaking.
You're speaking ఇంకొక పదం. Speaking ఇంకొక పదం. ఈ కాంటెక్స్ట్ లో ఏంటి?
మనం ఏదైతే విన్నామో అది అనలైజ్ చేసుకోవాలి.
అంత చిన్నప్పుడు అనలైజ్ చేస్తామా? Repeat. How are you repeating? For example, I say, Mama. What do you do?
Mama.
You say Mama. What are you doing now?
Copying.
You're copying. Another word for copying? Another word. It starts with I. Anybody in chat can respond. The word starts with I. Imitate. Yes. See, we imitate sounds, and that is how our Telugu is okay. Because we do not imitate sounds, of English, our English accent is slightly feeble. మనకి భయం అంతా నేను తప్పుగా మాట్లాడతానేమో. తప్పుగా మాట్లాడడం అనేది రెండు రకాలు. ఒకటి, నాకు ఆ వర్డే రాక, లేదా ఆ గ్రామర్ పోయి రాక, లేదా ఈ వర్డ్ని ఎలాగ చెప్పాలో తెలియక. సో సౌండ్, ఎనీ లాంగ్వేజ్, దీస్ ఆర్ ద త్రీ థింగ్స్: సౌండ్, structure, and vocabulary. These three. The sounds, the only way to improve your sounds is చదివా వినా. సౌండ్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేయాలి అంటే చదవాలా వినాలా?
వినాలి.
సౌండ్ వినాలా చదవాలా?
వినాలి మ్యామ్.
వినాలి కదా. So all of you agree that
yes,
you can improve your sound only when you listen to it. So try to listen to as much English as possible. Not, I don't want you to listen to probably BBC News. No, Indian news channel where Indians speak in English, where reporters are going around asking questions, half in Telugu, half in English.
Listening English songs. It is
listening to English songs if you're interested in music. Okay. Or, as he said, reading subtitles may not really give you the input of listening. So listen to it. Actually practicing listening, or you reading it something loudly. Reading loudly and checking the words with probably how others have said. Now this, as adult learners, చిన్న పిల్లలు, కిండర్గార్టెన్ స్టూడెంట్స్కి వాళ్ళకి సొంతంగా చెక్ చేసుకోవడం రాకపోవచ్చు. కానీ adult learners, grown-up learners, what can we do? We can read, we can record our own voice, we can play it back, and check if we are doing it the way originally English is spoken. So we can do a self check. Is it possible to do a self check?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
possible.
It is possible. All the three in my studio have said very strongly, yes, it is possible. So I'm sure the answer from your end, all the viewers too, you will also strongly say that it is possible to do a self check. If that is for, improving your speaking, what else? What are the other difficulties that you face while learning English?
Like we are not getting a perfect source or reliable source in the market. So could you say some different some books to read them or to improve our skills?
Now, here's, Puneet's question is a very focused question. What are the available books in the market that will help us to improve our language? Now, for this, initially, I would like to answer. If you are a learner who is very consciously making an attempt to learn English, standard grammar textbooks published by standard publishers. I'll not name any publisher. Perhaps I can give you the names of earliest of days. It was Wren and Martin. We had Brighter Grammar. Today we have so many books, and today universities and colleges have their own textbooks which
So
have
many
a
apps
lot of
are available, ma'am.
and there are so many apps. Since this is a discussion where we are trying to look at English in the larger dimension and not to promote one. And I'm not naming any person or publisher, but there are standard books where ELBS publications are very good, or Oxford publications are good, so are Cambridge publications. Start from a beginner level. Very quickly do the beginner level so that your foundation gets stronger, and then move on to the advanced level. If you feel that beginner level is your level, take a quick test, any diagnostic test that is away. Then a diagnostic test antam. In my, when I was studying in school, English teacher or the textbook was the only source. But today, the scene has changed. Today, the scenario is very, very different. Or if you go to Google and say, a language test to test my ability, it will give you a test.
Translator are also available, ma'am.
So many. So you do a language test, you'll see how many are going wrong. You can fix your own level. Am I a beginner? Or am I an advanced learner? Or am I an intermediate? This is, when you have asked the question, what book should I follow? First, check your level. Once you check your level, start with a basic course. If you're basic, if you are, you have cleared the test very well, you can go at the intermediate. And from there on, you can take the test. This is how language improves. Because for a beginner, the book is on the table is a basic level. For an intermediate level, the book which is on the table is what I want, an extended sentence. For an advanced learner, the book that is not very heavy and is on the table is the one that I want, but I'm sure you cannot pick it up. I go on. I can extend it. And I can describe the book. I can describe the table. So that is how language increases. So beginner, intermediate or advanced level, define your levels and then take a standard that is available in the market. Okay.
ఈజీగా అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో చాలా నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ అవర్స్.
Okay. Okay. Why should we read? Now he has said novels చాలా ఉన్నాయి, మనం చదవచ్చు, సింపుల్ గా ఉన్నాయి అని. అంటే దీని అర్థం ఏంటి? From this, what do we understand from what Chaitanya has said? Reading is one input which will increase your communicative ability, right? Do you agree?
కమ్యూనికేషన్ అంటే ఓన్లీ వినడం మాత్రమే కాదు కదా, విన్నది చెప్పాలి వాళ్ళకి. అంటే వాళ్ళు ఏం
విన్నది
అడిగారో
చెప్పాలి,
మనం ఏం
చెప్పడం.
చెప్పాము.
So speaking,
We
okay.
listen and what we speak to.
You listen, you speak, you read, and ఈ మూడు చాలా.
Right.
You also write, right?
Yes,
And
definitely.
today, yes, writing is a very important skill if you have to get into the job market. All of us are not writers. Do you agree with me? అలా
Not a
కానీ
good
మన
writer.
అందరం రైటర్స్ అయిపోయింటే మార్కెట్ వుడ్ బి ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ బుక్స్. So we are not aiming to become writers in that manner. But when we write, our communication, either official in a formal situation or an informal situation, we should be able to write correct. See, where some people write letters. You read it, you reread it, you want to read it again. ఎందుకు?
వాళ్ళ వర్డ్ ఫార్మేషన్ అని
అంత బాగా రాశారు, అంత గ్రిప్పింగ్ గా రాశారు కదా. అందరూ అలా రాయగలమా?
No, ma'am.
No.
Everybody in their own language.
They'll use their own language, but everybody is not a born writer or trained writer. But we should all become writers in that sense that whatever we write, we should write without making mistakes. Basic bottom line is don't make a mistake. If you don't make a mistake, everything is clear. Okay. So LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing are important. Let's focus on reading. Why is reading important?
We know, ma'am, which is right and which is correct,
Hmm.
and which is correct, which is wrong.
Okay.
to know the actual pronunciation of
To know the actual pronunciation of the word you read,
We listen.
you listen. Reading. ఎందుకు రీడింగ్ హ్యాబిట్ పెంచుకోండి. ఈ మధ్య అసలు ఎవరు చదవట్లేదు. నోబడి రీడ్స్ బుక్స్. టెలివిజన్ వచ్చింది. everybody has stopped reading. Now this is the complaint that many of your teachers also say, don't they?
Yes, ma'am,
What
definitely.
మనం ఏదైతే చదువు రీడ్ చేస్తామో అది మాట్లాడడానికి స్కోప్ ఉంటుంది.
Reading helps you to speak. Okay. Anything else?
లాంగ్వేజ్ తెలుసుకోవడానికి కూడా ఉపయోగపడుతుంది.
Okay, it helps in learning the language. ఇంకా?
knowledge.
Okay, reading increases your knowledge. Exactly. Then, anything else?
To our concern,
I'll tell you. See, when you read, what are you reading? You're reading something that somebody else has written. You understand the logic, okay? We read what somebody else has written. That's the first premise. Mirandaru commerce students, so you'll know what a premise is. What is logic? That is the first statement. We read what somebody else writes. All of us are not writers. Second statement. Therefore, whatever is we read must be written by a standard writer, or must be written by a writer who is good at writing. Agree? Logic అర్థమవుతుందా? అందరం చదవాలి, ఏదైనా చదవాలి. ఏంటి చదువుతాము? ఇంకెవరో రాసింది చదువుతాం. అందరం రాయగలమా? రాయలేము. అంటే మనం ఏంటి చదువుతున్నాము? రాయగలిగిన వాళ్ళు రాసినది మనం చదువుతాం. So those of them who write well, it is those things that we actually read. So when we read, we are reading English that is written correctly. Whether it is a simple storybook or a dense science fiction novel, you're reading something that is well written. So when you read and over the time you develop this habit of reading, unconsciously you're developing language. And naturally, what you read and retain, we use that language in our day-to-day life, right? That's the reason why we want you to read a lot of comic strips. What is a comic strip? I think I have a picture of a comic strip here. Why is it important? I don't know if this will be visible. I'll show it to you at the end of the thing in a PPT. This is a comic strip. Amar Chitrakatha, the Mahabharata. It's just one page of that. I'll show it to you. Don't worry, viewers. I had this in my PPT. When I close the session, I'll show it to you. There is a conversation here. When you read it, actually, you're enjoying the story. You don't read this for the sake of the conversation. You read it for the sake of the story because the story is interesting, right? Any story is interesting. So we read it for the sake of the story, but the outcome is we are improving our, okay? Outcome is always improving language. So in a story that we read, or in an article that we read, in a newspaper that we read, anything that actually the subject that interests you, pick that up. When we say read the newspaper, your English will improve. రోజు అందరికి న్యూస్ పేపర్ చదివే అలవాటు ఉండకపోవచ్చు, న్యూస్ ఐటమ్స్ అంటే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉండకపోవచ్చు, కానీ ఆ న్యూస్ ఐటమ్స్ లో ఏదో ఒకటైనా మీకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటుంది కదా. Like for him it is sports,
Movies.
Another person movies, another person health issues. Business, as a common student, what is entrepreneurship? Who are the new entrepreneurs in India?
Which
What is the
company will be?
upcoming thing, or what is the upcoming business that is, whatever is your area of interest, దాంట్లో ఉన్న small articles, news items, news stories, read them. And please read them not for information, double benefit. One is information, second is language. అందుకని ఇంగ్లీష్లో
One shot, two birds.
exactly, one shot, two birds.
ఒక దెబ్బకి రెండు పెట్లు.
One, one is information that is interesting to you. Two is unconscious learning of the language. Okay. In my first session, I said, when you're talking in Telugu, why are you talking in Telugu? Why is it that you're not speaking in English? I'll give you the answer. మీరు ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడాలి అంటే ముందు తెలుగులో ఆలోచించిన దాన్ని ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేయాలి. లిటిల్ బిట్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్. ఆ భయం ఉంది కాబట్టి, ఇది ఆలోచించి చెప్పాలి కాబట్టి ఇమీడియట్ గా తెలుగులో మాట్లాడాలి. మై వన్ సజెషన్ టు ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ is think in English. If you think in English, it is very easy to communicate in English. Now, I don't know whether you have watched the session, first session or second session or not. How can we think in English? How can we, quickly think in English? I throw it open to you.
As we see, our mother language was learned by observation of society or our parents. So we need to observe ourselves inside and outside. And in that observation, we need to convert the information which is in other language that should be converted into English.
Okay.
And that should be remembered by us.
Okay. Okay. Any suggestions from you?
We think in Telugu.
Hmm.
We convert it into English.
Instead of thinking in Telugu and converting, ఇప్పుడు ఈ రూమ్ ఉంది. Let's very quickly, if I give you a pen and a paper, list out all the things that are there in the room and let me see who gets the highest number. You can do your exercise. I'll give you 30 seconds. The highest number, list out all the things in this room. Yeah, it's an exercise for you. చుట్టూ ఉన్న చూసినవన్నీ లిస్ట్ అవుట్ చేయండి. Number them also, number them. Five, 3, 2, 1, start. Now tell me the number that you have. Number of things that you have seen in this room.
In things.
15. What's your number?
10, ma'am.
10. Puneet, how many?
20.
20. Now Puneet is the highest now. 20, 10, 10 and 15. Don't worry.
Ma'am, I'll also observe, but written is not.
Don't worry. See what I'm giving you a small exercise now. And all my viewers, I think I want you to watch this. Now they have listed out the things that are there in the room. In the 30 seconds, they have different numbers. Now, in the, you have the word, right? Now make a sentence with each word that you have listed out mentally. Very quickly make a sentence in English in the word that you have listed. Mentally. I don't want you to write now. Just look at the word, make a sentence. You're thinking actually. That is why I didn't want you to say the sentence aloud. Look at the word, make a sentence. Okay. Now, can you tell me the first 4 sentences that you made? Ashok.
I am in chair
Uh,
and in front of the table
very good.
and looking the camera.
I'm looking at the camera. Okay. Now, first 3 sentences.
Clock shows the time.
Ah,
Pen is used for writing.
very good.
Laptop. Laptop is used for everything.
Okay. Those are the 3 sentences. Put 3 of your first
Under
sentences.
fan, we could relax.
Okay.
In AC, we could chill.
Okay.
Under light, we could do our work.
Okay.
In
Okay,
laptop, we could-
three of your sentences. Now the same, now viewers, they have listed out the words. Now they have thought out 3 sentences with the words. I'm practically demonstrating how to think in English. Now your first 3 sentences, I'm in the chair, right? Now, can you describe the chair? Add 1 word to describe the chair. I'm sitting in a revolving chair. I'm sitting in a strong chair. I'm sitting in a blue chair.
It is very softly.
I'm sitting in a soft chair. Fine. What are your 3 sentences? Your first sentence was clock. Yeah. The clock shows the time. Okay. Now, what sort of a clock is that? The rectangular clock, the gold framed clock,
Green color.
the green colored clock, the small clock. That is how you expand. You can, you said the AC, in AC we can chill, right? Now describe the AC with 1 word.
It's an Onida AC.
In the Onida
Blue
AC,
Star
we
AC.
can Blue Star AC. Now, viewers and my students here try to understand. This is not a difficult exercise. Is this a difficult exercise?
No, ma'am, it's not difficult. It's very easy.
It's filled with fun, right? Okay. Now, what you need to do is every day, say for 5 minutes, wherever you are, just look around. And as you said, observing is important, but mere observation does not increase your language. Observe what is there around you. Make a list of all the things that are there. You're learning nouns. Suppose you don't know what this is. You say chair? No. What is it? Sofa. You don't know the word sofa? Find out from somebody what is this called. You have learned a new word. So first learn nouns and then learn how to describe those nouns and then learn what they are doing. So in a matter of a few days, I guarantee today, in the 8th session, I'm telling you, do this for 1 week. And in the next week, you can tell me that there is going to be an improvement. We will meet again sometime. And till then, I want you to do this. And viewers, it's a challenge thrown to you. If you do this well, if you do it the way I've asked you to do, list out the words, make sentences with them, add an adjective to describe that word. If it is a moving, object like a person, describe the person and describe all that he or she is doing. Your mother, describe all the things that she is doing in a day. You would have learned a lot of language by yourself, without the help of an external force, without the help of a book, without a teacher telling you all the time, do this, read this sentence, learn this sentence, write this in the exam. This is not for examination. This is to make you think in English so that you can speak in English without translating.
So by next session, we could have a proper English.
Let's see. It's just a trial. I'm telling you this method helps. It is for you to see whether, check and see whether this helps or not. Thinking in English is important. Now, you must have noticed that the words and words and words are the main thing. Reading is important. Reading, we increase our words. Now, I'm going to share a PPT now. Now, all of you have what you can see on the screen, strategies to increase your vocabulary. Why is vocabulary so very important? Until and unless you have a word pool, you cannot really communicate. If you want to communicate, you should know the words to communicate. And what kinds of words are they? Now take a look at this. I call this the 3R strategy. First, read. What should you read? Anything, topic of your interest. Whatever you're truly interested in, read it. How long should you read? Say for 20 minutes a day. If 20 minutes is too much, read for 10 minutes to start with. But read. Have a storybook beside your bed. A storybook is always very, very interesting. Or a comic book, because it generates a lot of conversation. What happens when you read? Pay attention here. When you read, there are three possibilities. One, you come across a word that you do not know at all. Second, you read a word that you know, but you are not actually using. That is called an inactive word. And you also come across words that you are using in your everyday usage. These are the three kinds of vocabulary that we have. Words that we know but we do not use, and words that we do not know at all. అయితే గబగబ ఒక పెన్నో పుస్తకమో తెచ్చుకొని వెంటనే ఆ వర్డ్ నోట్ చేసేసుకుంటామా? అలా చేస్తే రీడింగ్లో ఉన్న మజా పోయిందిగా. So I don't want you to lose the enjoyment in reading. Read it. Even if you don't understand a word, don't bother. You will be able to guess the word. I'll teach you those strategies of guessing in the future classes with examples, how you can guess. Now here, so read it, enjoy it, just note the word, underline it. For a day, in the 20 minutes of reading, list out at least 3 to 4 words you do not know at all. అవి రాసుకోండి. చదివిన తర్వాత అండర్లైన్ చేసి ఉంచుకున్నారు కాబట్టి నెక్స్ట్ డే ఆ 4 పదాలు రాసుకోండి, ఓ బుక్లో రాసుకోండి. So what do you do with these 4 words? You record them in a notebook. Now this is conscious learning. మనం నిజంగా లాంగ్వేజ్ నేర్చుకునే మంచి ప్రయత్నంలో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇలా చేయాలి. So what do we record and how do we record? We record inactive words and unknown words. Inactive words అంటే ఏంటి? ఇందాకే చెప్పాను, మనకు ఆ వర్డ్ చాలాసార్లు చూసినట్టు తెలుస్తుంది, కానీ మన వాడుకలో లేదు. అన్నోన్ వర్డ్స్ అస్సలు అర్థం కానివి, నోట్ దెమ్ డౌన్. 10, 15, 20 ఇన్ని నోట్ చేయకండి. ఏవో ఒక 4 మాత్రమే చేసుకోండి. When the volume is more, you don't feel like learning. Let it be a few words. Now, how do you record them? Now, that is when we note it down. We take a dictionary. ఇది ఎప్పుడు ఆ స్టోరీ బుక్ చదువుతున్న మధ్యలో డిక్షనరీ తీస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? స్టోరీ మీద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ పోతుంది, స్టోరీ మీద పోతుంది, డిక్షనరీ మీద పోతుంది. సో అప్పుడు కాదు, అవి నోట్ చేసుకున్నారు కాబట్టి నెక్స్ట్ డే కాన్షియస్ లెర్నింగ్లో ఈ వర్డ్ మీనింగ్ ఏంటి డిక్షనరీలో చూడండి, చూసి ఆ మీనింగ్ రాయండి. చాలా బిగినర్ లెవెల్ అయితే మదర్ టంగ్ అండ్ ఇంగ్లీష్, slowly start English to English, write those words. Sentences kuda istaru, dictionary entry ela untundo chupistanu. Read those sentences, understand the word. Now how long do you record? In a week, meer week anta chadivina oka 4 రోజులు మాత్రమే రోజుకి 4 words record చేస్తాం. So in a week, 4 days, 4 words, 16 words. That's all. Don't make this a constant habit, long-term habit. ఒక్క రోజులో 4 రోజుల్లో లాంగ్వేజ్ వచ్చేయాలంటే రాదు. It's a slow, gradual process. So record only 4 words per week. 4 days, in a day, 4 words. What happens when you record words like these? Automatically, unknowingly, your vocabulary will increase. The number of words that become inactive and active vocabulary slowly increases. Unknown words become inactive words become active vocabulary. Then what do you do with these words? ఈ మాత్రం చేస్తే సరిపోతుందా? మనకి వర్డ్స్ వచ్చేసినట్టేనా? కాదు. There is another step, and that is you have to review what you have written. Review ante enti? The words that you have written ela raskovala cheptanu. Write it on. This is a big card because I just wanted to show it to you, therefore it is big. Now this is called a flashcard. This is called a flashcard. Inta peddadiga undadu. Flashcards are chinna cards which you can keep in a pocket, which you can keep in a book that you have. Write the word on one side. They'll zoom in the camera. Just wait. Okay, this is a small card on which you write the word that you do not know. And on the reverse, write the meaning. ఒకవైపు వర్డ్ రాయండి, మరోవైపు దాని మీనింగ్ రాయండి. మీకు ఇంకా అర్థం కావాలి అంటే సెంటెన్స్ కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. These are small cards that you can put in a notebook like this. So in a week, you can tear 16 small sheets of paper and carry them. ఎందుకు ఫ్లాష్ కార్డ్స్? ఎప్పుడు మనం బుక్ క్యారీ చేయకపోవచ్చు. నోట్బుక్లో రాసుకొని అది ఇంత వాల్యూమ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత రోజు ఎక్కడ పడితే అక్కడ మనం తీసుకెళ్ళలేం. Flash cards, you can put it in your pocket, you can put it in a handbag, you can put it in your bag. Daytime lo 4 cards, just take a look at them. Oh, this is the word, this is the meaning. Read them, put them away. Read them, put them away. So వారానికి ఎన్ని కార్డ్స్ ఇలాంటివి వస్తాయి? 16 words, 16 cards. Put them away and keep all the cards with you. So then you review. Now you have the meaning on one side, the word on this side. So now you can check. Randomly pick up a card. Okay, this is the word. What is its meaning? Match. ఇదంతా ఇంకొకరి సహాయం లేకుండా ఎవరి మట్టుకు వాళ్ళు లాంగ్వేజ్ నేర్చుకోగలరు. If you want, you can play with your friend. For example, I'll distribute a few cards. Ask me, please ask me the meanings, words and meaning. I can tell you the meaning, you can give me the word. I can give you the word, you can tell me the meaning. So రోజుకు ఒక 4-5 సార్లు మీరు రాసుకున్న 4 వర్డ్స్ 4-5 సార్లు చూడండి. వారానికి 4 రోజులు మాత్రమే చేయమన్నా అంటే ఇంకో 3 రోజులు ఉందిగా. ఇస్ ఇట్ అ హాలిడే? ఇస్ ఇట్ అ బ్రేక్? No. Those 3 days, review all the 16 cards as much as possible. So by Sunday, if not all the 16 words, you would have learned at least 10 words. అన్నీ వస్తాయి. మినిమం కనీసం 10 కొత్త వర్డ్స్ మీకు వచ్చుంటాయి. ఈ కొత్త వర్డ్స్ని మీ సొంత సెంటెన్సెస్లో పెడితే you will increase your vocabulary a lot. Now, this is called the flashcard technique. That is, use the flashcard. Yeah. Use the flashcard and learn more and more words and start using them in sentences of your own. Now, take a quick look at this. Now, this is how an entry in the dictionary looks. ఏమేమి ఉంటాయి డిక్షనరీలో? It has a word, and there is something like this, which is called the phonetic script in English. It gives you the pronunciation. ఇది నేర్పించడానికి విడిగా 4-5 క్లాసెస్ పడుతుంది. అది మీకు కావాలంటేనే నేర్పిస్తాను. And what is the verb? This is a volcano. It is a noun. It is a name of a thing. Then it will give you the first definition, a sample sentence. Red Mountain in North Arizona is one of the many mountains that formed as a result of a volcano. A sentence. What is a volcano? Second use if there is another one. And this is how a dictionary entry will look. Take a look at those 16 words in the dictionary entry. ఈ 16 వర్డ్స్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చాయి? మీరు బాగా ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్గా చదివిన స్టోరీ బుక్స్ నుంచి వచ్చిన వర్డ్స్. Therefore, never lose the interest. Enjoy reading. Read a lot. Enjoy reading and do this. Some of the standard dictionaries are the Longman Dictionary. They are all learners' dictionaries. We are not promoting any publisher. You can take any available dictionary. కాలేజ్ ఎడిషన్స్, స్కూల్ ఎడిషన్స్ అంటే చాలా వాల్యూమినస్గా పెద్దవిగా ఉంటాయి. పాకెట్ ఎడిషన్స్ ఆర్ ఈజీ టు క్యారీ. యూ కెన్ క్యారీ అ డిక్షనరీ. Dictionary is a real Bible if you want to improve your language. Please do this. But that is only a dictionary. Now I want you to take a look at this one. What is this person doing? Walking. Walk is a very common word, right? Now take a look at this now. 3 more pictures. Now here a few people, they are also using their feet. This old man, he is also walking. And this little girl, she is also walking. But can you say they are all walking? ఇది చెప్పాలంటే ఏ వర్డ్ వాడాలి? ఇలా నడిస్తే ఏ వర్డ్ వాడాలి?
Here the Air Force.
Okay.
Cadets.
What are they doing?
They are marching.
Okay, very good. Marching. What is the old man doing? The answers are coming from my students here in the studio. Very good. What is the old man doing?
He is walking slowly.
He is walking slowly. What is this little girl doing?
She is running.
She is running. Okay. Now you have another 3.
Walking quickly also.
Now walking quickly. See, walking and antunnaru. Okay. Now there are another 3 pictures. What are this? These ladies doing?
Jogging.
Are they jogging? Old woman. Na lanti vallu. What are they doing? They are also walking, right? What is this man doing? He is also walking. He is not pushing. He is also walking. What is this man doing? This businessman with his business suit and bag. He's also walking, right?
He carrying something to work.
He's carrying something to work. Now take a look at these pictures. What is this girl doing? Running.
Jogging. That's fine.
Hey, what is this man and this little boy doing? Jumping. What is this little boy doing? Okay, trying to walk. What is this man doing? Climbing. Okay. And what is this little boy doing?
We don't know these many types of walking.
Now that is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Walk is a simple thing, but how people walk at different, when we have different emotions, how do we walk? How different people walk? If walk is the only word, then how can we describe so many? You can only say walking fast, walking slowly, old man walking, running, marching. Only five. And I'm sure all the people who are on the other side viewing this class session will also have a limited vocabulary. That what I'm trying to tell you is our vocabulary is very, very limited. మనకే తెలియకుండా మనం ఒక పదమే ప్రతిసారి ప్రతి ఒక్క సిచ్యువేషన్ కి వాడతాం. Take a look at this. Right? Now these are the words. Now look at all the words here. I very quickly read. Walk, run was right, march is okay. Now this man he is called stride. And the old man, when he walks a little unstable walk, it is called totter. Now you can read it loudly. How are these women walking? Sauntering is walking in a very వాళ్ళు ఎలా నడుస్తారు? స్పీడ్గా బ్రిస్క్ వాకింగ్ చేయలేరు, జాగింగ్ చేయలేరు, రన్నింగ్ చేయలేరు. ఎలా నడవగలరు? ఏదో మాట్లాడుకుంటూ కబుర్లు చెప్పుకుంటూ ఒక అడుగు మీద ఒక అడుగు వేసుకుంటూ. That is called saunter, walking in a very relaxed manner, enjoying the walk. This is certainly run. This is march. Now this action where మనకి స్నో లేదు కానీ మన కాళ్ళు బురదలో కూరుకుపోవచ్చు కదా, మట్టిలో కూరుకుపోవచ్చు. ఇన్ ద ఫీల్డ్ they pull out the leg and foot. That is called trudging. This is trekking. Trekking, I think many of you know what trekking is. Now this little girl's walk is called stomp. Stomp అంటే చిన్నపిల్లలు బాగా మారం పెడుతున్నప్పుడు హఠం చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారు? గట్టిగా ఒక పాదం అడుగేస్తారు, నేను చెయ్యను. That is, they are using their feet, but that is not walking. That is called stomping. Now what I want, మీకు తెలీదు అనడం కాదు, మనం నేర్చుకోవాల్సింది చాలా ఉంది. ఒక చిన్న పదం వాక్ అన్న పదానికే ఇన్ని రకాలుంటే every action word has so many. It is because we do not know so many, we are struggling. మన కమ్యూనికేషన్ వీక్ ఎందుకు అవుతుంది? మనకి వర్బ్స్ తెలియదు. ఇదంతా ఒకరే చెయ్యొచ్చు. రాముడు ఒక్కడే ముసలైన తర్వాత టాటర్స్, యంగ్గా ఉన్నప్పుడు పరిగెడతాడు, చిన్నప్పుడు స్టాంపింగ్ చేసి ఉంటాడు, ఆర్మీలో ఉంటే మార్చింగ్ చేసి ఉంటాడు. రాముడు పెద్ద మారకపోవచ్చు కానీ ఈ చేసిన యాక్షన్స్ ఇన్ని అవ్వచ్చు. That is the reason why from the very beginning I have been insisting, learn more and more and more words. Now I have shown you a dictionary entry, right? But there is another book which is very, very interesting, very useful. It is called a thesaurus. A thesaurus will give you words like this. Joyful, there are so many words to say joyful. Joyful ante being happy. She is very joyful. Now joyful is a adjective. Adi dictionary istundi. కానీ జాయ్ఫుల్ ఎన్ని పదాలతోటి వాడచ్చు అన్నది థెసారస్ ఇస్తుంది. Now look at the jolly, merry, cheerful, glad, pleased, delighted, thrilled, elated, ecstatic, rapturous. ఇదంతా డిగ్రీస్ పెరుగుతున్న కొద్ది, జాయ్ఫుల్ అనే డిగ్రీ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతున్న కొద్ది యూ హ్యావ్ ద different words. Okay, now this is called, for example, negotiate. You'll understand the word as BCom students here. You'll understand negotiate, haggle, beat, trade, traffic, barter, buy, sell. See, there are so many. Clinch the deed, clinch the deal. You know, these are all words that you use, actually use. But because you do not know, we use only one word, negotiate. So if you learn many words, it's language learning becomes very interesting if you master more and more and more, and you enjoy doing it. Please, listeners and viewers, language learning, enjoy it. So అందుకని మీకు నచ్చింది చదవండి అంటున్నాను. Now, what is the thesaurus? Like a dictionary, you have these books. We have Webster's Pocket Thesaurus. It's a very small book that you can carry with you. It will give you multiple words. Many of the well-known writers use thesaurus to revise their first draft, to revise their second draft. Okay. Now, these are the books that you need to buy for yourself. Now, this is a quick thing. See how all the words that I used, they are the meanings. I'm not going to actually stay and read each and everything. I just wanted to highlight that you can get the meanings of all the words, the different words that can be used for walk in a thesaurus, and the meanings from a dictionary. How is somebody walking? There are so many words, all of them belong to walk. The little boy was wandering. Why? Because he does not know what, he's not really sure where he is going. He's just walking around. That is called wandering. I want you to take a look at this word, promenade. What does that mean? The bride and the bridegroom, they are walking. Why are they walking? They want everybody to see them. వాళ్ళు ఎలా నడుస్తున్నారు? పల్లకి మీద తీసుకొస్తారు, కిందకి దిగి అమ్మాయి నడుస్తుంది. Bridegroom also walks. Now that walk is called the promenade. It is for a public appearance. That kind of a walk is called, they practice that kind of a walk. Now, why do we need to learn so many new words? Again and again and again, I repeat, we need to learn more and more words so that we can communicate confidently. We know what to say when. Only language command unte tappa manam confident ga communicate cheyalem. Therefore, you need to learn. For example, I'm just giving you an example. Take a look at this picture. All, the three of you here, Ashok, Puneet, and Chaitanya also. Take a look at this picture. ఈ పిక్చర్ లో ఉన్నది మీరు డిస్క్రైబ్ చేయాలి అంటే దీన్ని ఏమంటారు? వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ కాల్డ్? What is that called? It's called a swing, right? ముందు ఇవన్నీ ఏంటో మనకు తెలిస్తే తప్ప దీని గురించి మనం మాట్లాడలేం. జారుడు బళ్ళని ఏమంటారు? జారుడు బళ్ళని ఏమంటారు? స్లోప్? నో. What is this ladder like thing called? Now, what is this, hut-like thing called? What is this tree called? How can you describe this tree? How can you describe this tree? A conical tree, a bushy tree, a coney tree. Now, this is called a swing. Now, these poles and the barricade. So, it's only when you know words can you describe this. Now, this grass is so beautifully laid. So, it is a well-maintained grass. Well-maintained kante mowing is the action of cleaning the grass. So, only if you know words can you describe even a simple scene like అందుకనే స్కూల్స్ అండ్ కాలేజెస్ లో డిస్క్రైబ్ అంటారు కానీ ఎలా ముందు మనకు వర్డ్స్ రావాలి ఈజ్ వాజ్ యామ్ దే ఆర్ టూ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ వర్డ్స్ there are two kinds of words one structure words two content words structure words annadanta pronouns articles auxiliary helping verbs modal auxiliaries అన్ని స్ట్రక్చర్ సెంటెన్సెస్ ని దగ్గర మీనింగ్ఫుల్ గా పెట్టేవి స్ట్రక్చర్ వర్డ్స్ దే ఆర్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బట్ లెర్నింగ్ గ్రామర్ alone will not help you. There are around 200 to 220 words that come very frequently. First frequency list లో structure words ఏ ఉంటాయి. But beyond structure words are content words. What are content words? All the nouns, all the adjectives, all the adverbs, all the words that are there in the dictionary. The thousands and thousands of words, they are content words. Until and unless you develop both of them, structure words, grammar bagundali, content words, describe anni nouns, adjectives, adverbs, anni bagun. Ivi rendu baguntene language commands. Yesterday in my previous class, I asked you to give me some of the actions that this farmer does. What does the farmer do? అని అడిగాను చాట్ బాక్స్ ఓపెన్ చేశాను and we were talking about the simple present. What do the farmers do? Many could not answer. One or two sentences, farmer plows the field, that's all. Beyond that, no sentence. You are only able to answer, give me a lot of answers for the picture of a teacher. A teacher teaches, a teacher motivates, a teacher inspires. So many. I'm thankful that I'm a teacher, that you can talk about a teacher so much. But what happens to a farmer who's so important? We don't even know what he does. అంటే ఎందుకు మనం చెప్పలేకపోయాము బికాస్ వి డెంట్ నో దీస్ వెరీ సింపుల్ వర్డ్స్ ఇమీడియట్ గా మనకి గుర్తు రాలేదు ఎందుకంటే మనం వాడుకలో లేవు కాబట్టి digs, plows, sows, waters, removes, sprays, adds, cuts. What does he cut? He cuts crops. What does he add? He adds compost. What does he spray? He sprays fertilizer. What does he remove? He removes weeds. What does he water? He waters the field. Sows seeds, plows the field, digs the soil. ఈ వర్డ్స్ కానీ మనకి వచ్చుంటే ఇవి పెద్దగా ఇబ్బంది పడేవాళ్ళం action words learn more and more and more. There's another example for you. Tailor. What does the tailor generally do? ఒక్క sentence వచ్చింది he stitches clothes. Suppose you knew the verbs cuts, measures, takes, checks, alters, stitches. If you had known these words, you could have easily made, I know, more than 5 sentences for the tailor and what he does. Now again, I keep it open to you. Remove teacher, don't do anything for teacher. Try for nurse and for soldier. What does a soldier do? It must be in the simple present tense. I leave it to you, and I'm not even going to open the chat box now. You can type your answers in the comment section in YouTube. AP Youth Services. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to be a constant participant in this course, Functional English. Please subscribe to the channel, view the lesson, or if you have not understood a second time, and please post your answers in the comment section. I'll not open the chat box here right now for you to give me the answers. I want you to think. Write at least 4 to 5 verbs to see, tell me what a nurse does or what a soldier does. Okay? Now, I have also wanted to show you something else very quickly, beyond okay, this is the picture that I tried showing you. This is the picture of a comic strip. Why is it important to read such things? Not just because they are interesting, but look at it. Look at the conversation. What does the conversation say? The fire was made and Arjuna was about to jump into the flames. అక్కడ మీకు ఫైర్ అన్న వర్డ్ అర్థం కాకపోవచ్చు, కానీ ఆగొద్దు, చదువుకుంటూ వెళ్ళండి, అర్థమవుతుంది. వై డూ యూ వాంట్ టు గివ్ అప్ యువర్ లైఫ్ అంటే ఫైర్ అన్నది అక్కడ దాంట్లో దూకితే చనిపోతాడు కాబట్టి ఆ ఫ్లేమ్ని ఫైర్ అని ఉండొచ్చు అన్న ఈ ఎనాలిసిస్ ఆటోమేటిక్గా మనం చేసుకుంటాం, చిన్నవాళ్ళైనా పెద్దవాళ్ళైనా. Arjuna and the monkey told him about the bet. But a bet that had no witness is not valid. I don't know who you are or why you want to save my life, but why do I want you to read these comic strips? The reason is they have a lot of conversations. Mana defect anta enti? We are able to write an exam and get marks. Writing an exam is not an issue. Getting marks is not an issue. But having got 80 marks, we cannot communicate in English. That is a misery. Therefore, if you want to improve your communication, do read a lot, understand words from context, note down those words, record them, check up their meanings, prepare flashcards, learn at least 10 to 15 words in a week, review them after a month. ఒక month లో 4 weeks అనుకుందాం, 4 15 అన్ని cards. Review them at random, keep checking. Therefore, you will increase your vocabulary. ఈ రకంగా vocabulary increase చేస్తూ one word per day, use it throughout the day to describe something. Saunter is a word that I learned. Oh, the boy is sauntering into the college. అది కరెక్టో తప్పో ఆ వర్డ్ 4-5 సార్లు వాడండి. Whoever is walking in a very relaxed manner, he or she is sauntering into the temple, into the house. Mentally use the one word throughout the day. In about a month, you would have learned a lot. In a year, if year is far stretched, 2 months, you would have increased some more. So now with this, I, sort of close my PPT, but not the session. I want the 3 students who have been watching me for the past 20 minutes to say something before we close for the day. Puneet, yeah, Chaitanya and Ashok. Now, what do you feel? Do you think we can learn words like this? Keep your mics on and start talking. We are going to close the session.
We learn the words, one word per day. It will increase our speaking ability. Not the speaking ability. We can improve the communication.
You think this method is, it is a working model? బాగా అసాధ్యమైనదా, చేయగలమా?
It's do it, ma'am.
Think you can do it?
Yes, ma'am.
What about all
I saw so many practices. They are until theoretical. They are just theoretical. And practical ga maatladeటప్పుడు those are not working.
Okay.
But your solution is
Practically
a best option to improve our vocabulary.
ఎందుకు అయి ఉంటుంది?
Because it is linked with our interest. And అంటే వీక్ లో 4 డేకి 4 వర్డ్స్ అనేది
పెద్ద కష్టం కాదు. Now viewers, all the way, I know people who are viewing on Zoom and YouTube, you can also post your answers. Is this method a workable one? చేయగలమా ఇది? చేస్తే ఉపయోగం ఉంటుందా? Is this method or strategy useful for improving your English? Please, answer. Please answer. Is this method a good one? You please answer in a sentence. Just don't give me a yes, ma'am. Try to frame a sentence and post your sentence here. Okay. You feel it is workable?
సో ఇలాగే ఇంకో 1 year చేస్తే మీలాగా ఇంకో లెక్చర్ ఇవ్వచ్చు మేము వేరే స్టూడెంట్స్.
That's a compliment. Thank you so much. How did you enjoy this discussion? Was it useful?
It is very useful.
Very useful.
Like a friendly talk with you, ma'am.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing your valuable information.
Welcome, most welcome. So will you also participate in the other discussions when we are doing the functional English course? Will you participate in dialogue making? Will you come to the studio again?
Sure, ma'am.
Viewers, if you are invited to the studio, will you also come? Again, your chat box is open. You can, if active participants, you will sometime, based on lots, you might also get invited to the studio to participate in discussions or participate in dialogues. And for the present, please make a note that anything is possible if you really want to do. Learn English not through somebody teaching you, but learn English by making an effort to do it. You have to have an effort to learn the language. This way, you will certainly improve because I guarantee that grammar can be taught, but it needs to be practiced to be mastered. Language, words and words and words, they have to be acquired. అది గ్రాడ్యువల్గా మనలోనే మనకి తెలియకుండానే మనకి రావాలి. So with this, I think we'll call it a day. Thank you for watching, participating in the session on Zoom or watching on YouTube. All your queries, you can post it in the comment section. We'll certainly answer all your queries. Thank you for now and bye-bye.